So a very odd thing happened this afternoon, and I'm not just talking about the rain in Los Angeles, which is odd and freaks havoc with my hair, but also the Kings won a game. What? Our 10-game losing streak, which thank God was not as much as the Ducks' losing streak this season, was snapped by none other than the Chicago Blackhawks, my mortal enemy. So thanks, guys. That was awesome. Yay. It almost wasn't, because it wouldn't be a Kings game without, giving up a 3-goal lead. They're killing me here. Yeah, it really wouldn't be a Kings game if they didn't make a few fumbles along the way, being that this season is the worst. But it started well. First couple of minutes, a little dicey, a lot of action down by Quick, but then they got called for too many men, which is my favorite penalty ever when the other team takes it, and my least favorite when our team takes it, because it's so amateur. Come on, guys. Figure out how to get to the bench and change. Like, this is a really easy part of your job. So anyway, they do that, and the Kings score. Super easy. Super exciting, too. Really great job. Dustin Brown, my captain. Always lovely to see him on the ice. He stands exactly where he always does on the power play, right here in the crease, and kind of bats his own rebound in over Corey Crawford. And yay! It's like 2.5 minutes in the game, and the Kings already have a 1-goal lead. Whoa. This is an afternoon game. Slow down, guys. Oh, wait, like a minute later, they took another penalty, and we scored on that one. So it's less than 5 minutes into the start of the game, and the Kings have 2 goals. Like, I don't understand what's happening. They actually woke up for an afternoon game against an opponent I hate. What's awesome? So this one was Walker, who tees up just a stunning shot through traffic. Absolutely picks the perfect placement to put this puck. It's 2-0, and I'm starting to feel pretty good about this game. And then I'm starting to feel better, because we get a 3-goal lead. It came from Kovalchuk after a couple of minutes of Chicago pressure, and us kind of screaming, "Oh my God, Carter, do something!" He does. He gets this puck to Kovalchuk, and Kovalchuk does this beautiful thing. So, all good things happening there. All the momentum's kind of going to the Kings at this point, and you're thinking, wow, this could go really well. But then the Kings do that thing that they do where they can't close out a period, and you get your hopes up and you're like, oh, wait, no. Right. These are the Kings I remember. Okay, so a minute and 14 seconds, guys, left in the period. It's 3-1. Now, I shouldn't really complain about that, except for the fact that it is a habit of the Kings. It's very habitual for them to kind of just stop playing and not really close out the 20 minutes. And there's something different about going into the second period 3-0 than there is having been up 3-0 and then letting them creep back in. Because sure enough, first thing that they do in the second period is give up a goal. And now it's 2-3. So that's just looking a little bit more precarious. And then sure enough, it's tied. We had a 3-goal lead. And the second goal irritated me the most because it was Corey Crawford doing something that I wish Jonathan Quick could do, where he actually handles the puck. So he gets it, and there are a bunch of Kings all surrounding him because they're all on the rush that way. And then Crawford gets it and kind of lops it up over them into the neutral zone where there are still a couple of Chicago Blackhawks back there. And they then go ahead and take that on a very uncontested breakaway. Like, none of the Kings were getting back for that, and they beat Quick, and so it's 2-3, and that really kind of irritated me. Yeah. And then there was that tying goal where, like, are you kidding me? Are you freaking kidding me with this? Seriously? We had a 3-0 for a good chunk of the first period there. And then Connor Murphy, who always makes me think of Dear Evan Hansen. If you haven't listened to Dear Evan Hansen, you should. There's a great song in there.
Dear Connor Murphy, yes, I also miss our
he
talk.
scored the third goal, and I was very sad and going over Dear Evan Hansen lyrics in my head for a little bit. But I was only sad for a minute and 11 seconds. So credit to the Kings. They did some dumbass things that led them to be tied after being up 3-0, but they got the goal back real quickly from Kempe. he has super fast hands and just manages to kind of fool everyone with his speed there of how fast he shot the puck. Whew, okay, because there were some scary moments there, especially during that Chicago comeback, where like Toffoli tried to hit a guy. You're like, Toffoli, you're tiny. Like, what are you doing? No, sweetie. And then immediately following Kempe's goal, Chicago's like, hey, we just got our 3 goals. We want some more too. And so they really came back and tried to tie it up. And really, it was just kind of luck that stopped them from doing it. There are a couple of posts. There was a couple of that like rim around the thing, not actually hitting the post, but not actually crossing the goal line. At one point, the Kings could have made it. Actually, I think this was even before they scored their 3rd goal. Chicago, Carter had this gorgeous breakaway, and if it was anyone but Phaneuf waiting there at the nets, it would have been 4-2 instead of going 3-3, but water under the bridge, I guess. So they're up. They're very lucky. They're very, very lucky that the post is there and that Quick is kind of bailing them out. He bailed them out on a penalty kill from Toffoli. Like, real big bailed them out there. And then the puck, like, hits Anze Kopitar in the face, and he goes down, and he looks kind of hurt. But meanwhile, down the other end, the puck has ricocheted onto Tyler Toffoli's stick, and he is then streaking down for a breakaway. Except that he was so angry by his penalty that he had, like, slapped his stick against the glass in the penalty box and had snapped it, but didn't notice until he went to take the shot on that breakaway, thanks to Anze Kopitar's head, and the stick snaps. You're like, that's okay, Toffoli, sweetie. That's why you shouldn't try and be a badass, because you're not. Bless. So we go into the 3rd period, and it's much better than the 2nd period where the Kings let them back in. So back and forth for a little bit. There wasn't really any clear winner as to who was doing well until the Kings scored their 5th goal. 5 goals. I feel so much better. I actually feel a little bad because if you look at the slow motion on this replay, it actually kind of looks like it deflected off Crawford into the net. Maybe it was going in anyway, but still, I always feel bad for goalies because he just looked defeated. And it didn't help when the Kings got a 6th, thanks to Dustin Brown, his 2nd of the game. Like, I shouldn't laugh, but I'm kind of gonna, because I really like winning, and we haven't done that in a while. And also, we got back our 3-goal lead. I don't know how the Kings managed to score 6 goals in a game and do that, but there it is. We ended up winning the game 6-3. Again, I still don't quite know how it happened. Chicago must just be really bad, because the Kings weren't fantastic, but they had some very well-placed shots. Incredibly well-placed shots. The Clifford, Lewis, Kempe line was kind of everywhere tonight. They had a really solid game. Cliffy was just stepping up everywhere he needed to. I was really, really impressed with him. Dustin Brown's line was really good. And actually, if you look at the goals that were scored, there are many, many names on that list. It seems like a whole team effort there, including Jonathan Quick. He got an assist, and so did Crawford. Kind of weird that both goalies in the game got an assist. I don't think I've ever seen that before. So that was interesting. It was also Bailey's birthday, so thank you, Bailey, for giving us a game that we can celebrate your birthday with, and also inviting along all your cute little doggy friends to hang out and race on the ice, because some of them were much better at the race than the others. So I'm going to leave you with the happy news that the Kings won by a substantial amount, and puppies are adorable. Enjoy.
you were training